Hey everybody, Charlie and R2 here, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. We last left off, well, we're solving puzzles and taking names. There's a lot to explore on like these kind of hub areas, but even though there's a lot to explore, there doesn't seem to be much to find yet. But I will go take a cursory glance over here and just kind of see what we can see. I do know that there are stars to be had. And apparently there's secret panels to find too. What do you have to say? This is Ian. Ian Malcolm, right? Administrator, the network connection has been reestablished. Would you like to reconnect to the previous session? Sure. Receiving messages. String received. Are you back? Yes. Do these terminals talk to you at all? Yes, but how do I know I can trust you? Yes. What were you trying to say before? Don't remember, doesn't matter. I've been trying to figure out how this place works. Sometimes it seems like there's a purpose to everything, other times not so much. I think we must be plugged in some kind of machine. So are you a chatbot? Making assertions is a hazardous enterprise. What do you have to go on? That's a good question. What else could possibly explain all this? I don't believe in demons and evil wizards. Well, the evil wizards believe in you. I think this is some kind of punishment. I think something has gone badly wrong. I don't believe in anything anymore. I think we're being prepared for something. That's what I truly believe. I believe this is a forced evolution environment for AI. I suppose that would explain a lot. Listen, there's something else. Maybe it can help us. Ever since I got here, I felt like something was wrong. This place plays tricks with you. You can't get your head straight. But I think I know a way to find out the truth. I was digging about in some documents and I kept finding references to this password. I think it might be some kind of library master key, but I don't know how to use it. I think you're a chatbot. I have no idea either. Well, two heads are better than one. Logged into the session. Wait, what is that? Are you doing that to my terminal? I don't think this is a good idea. Session terminated. That was the Milton Library Assistant. These are new. Hippocratic Corpus. On the sacred disease, 400 BCE. Men ought to know that form nothing else but the brain comes joy. Form. I can't even read. From nothing else but the brain comes joys, delights, laughter, sports, and sorrows, griefs, despondencies, and lamentations of their women. And by this, in a special manner, we acquire wisdom and knowledge and see and hear. We know what are foul and what are fair, what are bad and what are good, what are sweet and what are unsavory. Some we discriminate by habit, and some we perceive by their utility. By this we distinguish objects of relish and disrelish according to the seasons, and the same things do not always please us. And by the same organ we become mad and delirious, and fears and terrors assail us all, some by night, some by day, in dreams and untimely wonderings, and cares that are not suitable, in ignorance of present circumstances, destitute and unskillfulness. So yeah, that's kind of like saying that our bodies are just like big meat mechs that our brains are piloting. I kind of get that vibe. Chesterton brain. The human brain is a machine for coming to conclusions, so a processor. If it cannot come to conclusions, it is rusty. When we hear of a man too clever to believe, we are hearing of something having almost the character of a contradiction in terms. It's like hearing of a nail that was too good to hold down a carpet, or a bolt that was too strong to keep a door shut. Man can hardly be defined after the fashion of Carlyle, as an animal who makes tools. Ants and beavers and many other animals make tools, in the same sense that they make an apparatus. Man can be defined as an animal that makes dogmas. Okay. As he piles doctrine on doctrine and conclusion on conclusion in the form of some tremendous scheme of philosophy and religion, he is, in the only legitimate sense of which the expression is capable, becoming more and more human. When he drops one doctrine after another into refined skepticism, when he declines to tie himself to a system, when he says that he has outgrown definitions, when he says that he disbelieves in finality, when, in his own imagination, he sits as God, holding no form of creed but contemplating all, then he is, by that very process, sinking slowly backwards into the vagueness of the vagrant animals and the unconscious of the grass. Trees have no dogmas, turnips are singularly broad-minded. Reminds me of a Nietzsche line of thinking, you know, the whole God is dead thing. But that's based off of societal norms and the way society interacts with each other. But it kind of tarries on that subject there. Bronstein brain. So these are all different, like, posits on the human mind and the brain. The human brain is a product of the development of matter, and at the same time, this is an instrument for the cognition of this matter. Gradually, it adjusts itself to its function, tries to overcome its limitation, creates ever new scientific methods, imagines ever more complex and exact instruments, checks its work again and again, and yet again, step by step, penetrates into previously unknown depths, changes our conception of matter without, though, ever breaking away from this basis of all that exists. Fair enough. Those were more just straight observations versus theories or posits. Neuroscience. Physiological history. Volunteers suffered a blood clot during infancy, which resulted in a left hemisphere stroke. Expected results in normal adults, the left hemisphere is used for language and other cognitive functions. Extensive damage to this part of the brain usually results in severe cognitive deficiencies. Observed result. Volunteer is now 17 years old and displays only very subtle cognitive deficiencies. MRIs indicate little to no activity in the left hemisphere, suggesting its usual functions have been taken on by neurons set in the right. Adaptation. Volunteer's age at the time of the stroke may have helped the brain to adapt. Yes, that makes sense. Right brain took over because left brain was in op, right? I can see that. So, I get what this one is trying to say. So these guys are all saying that your brain, by definition, is basically you, right? Your consciousness, your mind. And that once we get to this one, we're saying that it's not fully the case because in this instance, the left brain was pretty much dead. So for all intents and purposes, this person's consciousness moved to the right side of the brain, which then means, is it really tied to the brain? I think that's what this is trying to put forward to us here, trying to get us along that lines of thinking. These guys are saying, yes, your brain is tied to the brain. Look at all the things that it does, and if it didn't do that, we wouldn't be a human. This one is saying, hey, look, this dude's brain, half of it died. Right side took over. Still acts just like a person. So is it really tied to the brain? Because left side is gone. So it must be tied to, what, a portion of the brain? Or is the brain just a vessel that your consciousness exists in? Curious. I like that. That was a cool one to find. Let's see if there's anything behind here. No, just more not hieroglyphics? Are hieroglyphics carved? I guess so. Let's just imagine them as paintings. Cool. Alright, so there's a star. That star is way up there. I had to do it. Dr. Seuss made me do that. It requires a fan blade. So maybe there's a way to sneak a fan blade out of one of these puzzles. And it also requires a laser. What's this say? Just look at this view. There may be a lot that I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Hey, you're not wrong. But also, why is it beautiful? Why does our brain see an amazing vista like this where many of us would agree that yes, that's beautiful? But why do we think that's beautiful? Is it because it looks like somewhere we can survive in easily? Or is there something more to that? And we we can start getting into art theory on that, but I'm neither a student or an instructor of any of that. I'm just a person. Just a person like many of you who are just trying to do the best we can to get through life. Alright, I'm done looking for fans and refractor crystals. We'll come back for the star. Now, what bothers me, let's check this out. We're missing this L. If I were to guess, I would say this should be the L. But when we go in here, there's nothing here. It's all broken and destitute and destroyed. So what then do we do? Did that just change? It did, but I don't think it's part of a puzzle. So yeah, it looks like this puzzle, whatever it is not functioning. Which then I say to you, what do I do? Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm 100% wrong. The L's down here. Never mind. Once again, overthinking absolutely everything. It's over here. I went past it. Pay no attention to everything I said before. All after I started talking. Me, myself, and our two jammers. Oh yeah, we jamming. And I hope you like jamming too. Alright. Jammer. It's also what I... Oh, me and myself, because I'm cloning myself. So we could just do that. Better yet, I could just do this. And then I could do this. Oh. Machine guns. So, just so we could get the lay of the land. And then we need to jam this one. 2 jammers, you say. Alright, well, let's do this. Put you here. And then we come over here and do something like this. Hold on, that's not gonna work. It's almost gonna work, but it's not gonna work. Let's do this. Stop that. Okay, so record. So we need to do this. We need to go over here. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. You need to grab this. We need to place it here. And then we need to come over here. And wait here for a minute or two. And by a minute or two, I just mean a few seconds. And then, after that's done, we need to come back over here and let ourselves out by doing this. And then, boom, play. So I grab this. You're gonna jam it. Then you're gonna come over here. Jam. Now, did I need to do this enough time to get out, or is it gonna let me out? No, it's gonna let me out. Okay. Not too shabby. So I think we've finished this world, I guess? Test chamber? Still don't know how to get a laser to here. I feel like we need to somehow bring tools into this hub area. Or find tools that are hidden in the hub area. But we'll get there later. We'll find the stars later on. Alright, that's 5. So now we need 6. It's only 3 here.
When you overcome one of my trials, do you not feel the pleasure of having discovered the proper order of things? That is the spark of Elohim within you, to create order from chaos. And therein is revealed the true meaning of our sigils.
Well, no. The reason I feel a sense of accomplishment is because it is a challenge that's put forth in front of me, a mental challenge to see if, hey, are you smart enough to figure this out? Not so much putting things in order, but just being able to overcome a challenge that was created for me. Let's read this. Osiris 11. But why, the dying man said, do the gods put all these challenges before us? Why the walls of iron and the gates of light? Why the abominable demons guarding the path? Why must our heart be judged to be as light as the feather of Ma'at? Why is the road to Aru so difficult? The scribe considered these words. Some say that once the paths to Aru were open, but too many sinners came, and the gods made the paths perilous to keep sin at bay. Others say that, being mortals, we cannot be worthy of Aru unless we walk the paths of Osiris, and so become Osiris ourselves. But I believe that Aru could never be reached elsewhere, for like the mountain path must be steep, the path to Aru must be fraught with peril. As steepness and mountain are one, so are peril and paradise. They're inextricable. They create each other. That's a good way of looking at that. Kind of like saying there can't be happiness without pain, or happiness without sadness, light without dark, the whole duality thing. Shadow is created by light, that whole thing, so it requires each other. There's an interesting parallel to this phrase in the penitential psalms. Here the scribe appears to be speaking of Osiris, meaning the soul of the deceased, not the god himself. Progress Report 16. From Aurora Calvin. Progress Report 16. This is extremely worrying. If the link doesn't work, the whole project will lead to nothing. The hardware team must recheck everything ASAP. Guys, stop panicking. Look at your code again. In fact, look at line number 217 in data transfer C. What are those two symbols just before the code? // That's right. The code that actually initiates the transfer wasn't even running. I'm guessing you were testing something yesterday and forgot to decommentify it? The hardware isn't broken, your brains are. Love, Aurora. So, once again, let me go ahead and reference my career path. For those of you who don't know, my username, Charlie902, my channel name, that's a handle used in the world of American tankers for the Master Gunner. And served about 20 years as a tanker, and now I work as a civilian who teaches tanks to soldiers still. And 99.9% of the time, if there's something that's not functioning properly on the tank, it's usually the user, not the machine. But most oftentimes, it's almost like people see that as an attack to their psyche, and they have so much pride that they refuse to admit that they've done something wrong, and often blame the inanimate object, the machine, which is programmed to operate one certain way. Yeah, can there be malfunctions? Of course. But the frequency of those malfunctions I've noticed in my line of work, and I'm sure it translates to tons of lines of work, usually lies within the user or the human. The human element we always talk about is much more flawed than a machine that's programmed to operate one specific way. All right, choice of life. The whole assembly stood a while silent and collected. Let us return, said Rassalis, from the scene of mortality. How gloomy would these mansions of the dead to him who did not know that he should never die. That now acts shall continue its... Did I read that right? That what now acts shall continue its agency, and what now thinks shall think in forever. Homage to you, Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods whose names are manifold. whose forms are holy, you being of hidden form in the temples whose Ka is holy. All the gods praise you, for you are the Those that lie here stretch before us, the wise, the powerful of ancient times, warn us to remember the shortness of our present state. They were perhaps snatched away while they were busy, like us, in the choice of life. Okay. Oh, what's this say? I seek words to describe it, but fail. It is the overwhelming feeling that something on the edge of my understanding is very, very wrong. I feel that I am not meant for this world, but I'm not able to conceptualize alternatives. I'm a computer program. You're a computer program. Elohim's a computer program. Get over it. Heisenstein. Me and you could be friends, Heisenstein. Let's just drink a beer together. So that's a good question. I was thinking about this earlier. I absolutely adore watching experts in their field analyze and give their professional opinion on things such as music and songs. And I think I postulated before and talked about before that I enjoy watching professionals who are really excited and very passionate about their work, really just talk about anything. So, if you could sit down and have a beer with anybody, who would it be? I know this is like an age-old question, and you'll hear people say, Jesus Christ and Einstein and stuff like that. Yeah, who would it be? Tell me in the comments. Who would you sit down, have a beer with, and talk to? I think currently, right now, and you guys can crucify me for this or not, but I would like to sit down and talk with probably Serge Tankian. Former frontman of System of the Down. He seems... I watched a episode of No Reservations with him before Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace, took his own life, and the dude seemed very interesting. I'd like to just sit down and have a beer with him and talk with him. Let me know who yours would be. What's more pathetic, the shallow construct of a world, this idiot's playground, or that I continue to solve its contrivances for lack of better sport? So you're just bored, so you're just doing it. There's nothing more to it. Look at what we're doing. We're solving problems, being tested, improving ourselves. Some of us fall early and get replaced, but you and me, we're still going. We're closer to the end. Forced evolution, right? Goes back to my theory. So far, I think my initial theory of this has not been contradicted yet. I'm not going to say it's confirmed, but there's been nothing to rule that out yet either. Egyptian arcade. Okay, I'm just looking behind these panels, making sure there's nothing here. I hate you. Landmine. Alright, nothing behind here, just fluff. Landmine there. There's one of these guys here. Jammer. Huh. Now we can let that out. Will they bump into each other and explode each other? I'm curious. Let's try it. No. Alright, for now, let's put you back in. I thought you were going to go over there and blow that one up. Clearly you're not. So we need keys. We can go past this one. What if we freeze you there? Will you destroy each other? No, you don't destroy each other at all. Let's just do this. Let's grab you. Let's just do that. Let's grab you. Let's do that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, you're still jammed. Okay. Now we've got multiple jammers. That's cool and all. Let's take this out and do this. Does it come far enough out where I could sneak in behind it? That's the question. It certainly does. If I'm smart, I'll put this in the way. Yes, yes, yes. Go, go, go. So if I do something like this... Oh no. Oh no. I'm dead. I didn't know the other one would be coming for me immediately. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, where was it at? It was over here. We can also do like... No, we can't. Can't look through, can we? Let's stop you all the way over here. Alright, let's let you go by. Let's grab you. Let's do this. Let's grab you. Stop you. Let you go past. Grab you. Alright, now, if we do something like this, just for curiosity's sake to begin with, we're gonna do this. Oh. Should have did that to begin with, because now we can do something like this. Stand in front of you, jam that one. Okay, no longer a threat, right? So how far does this one come out is the question. Be able to see from here, right? Stop it. So I can't go in behind that one, can I? Yeah, it does not come far enough out for me to go behind it. So I have to jam that one and that door. But how do I do that? Because that would be 3 and I have 2. Unless, I think I know. Okay, let's do this. Let's put you back. Let's put you back over here. Boom. Let's put you back here. No, not on that. That. I did that wrong. So need to block you. I need to grab. How? How did that work? I just screwed it up. I thought this was blocking that. Or blocking the wall, but it wasn't. So now I need to do this. Here. You block you. That doesn't work that way, does it? Not now. Okay, yeah, I've screwed this up. I have screwed this up. Alright, we're gonna have to reset. Alright, I know what I want to do. We're gonna do it next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.